Well, we're down here at the pond again. We've got us a new plan. What we're going to do, Randy took this thing home. He welded it up a little bit. We are going to try to throw this out there as far as we can. Hope it lands point down. See if we can't drag some of that crap in here. Let me switch. As you can see, the spraying has seemed to have helped. A lot of that stuff around the edge over there is starting to turn brown and die off. Not all of it, but you can't get it all in one shot anyway. Some of this stuff in here got double sprayed, and you can tell it's starting to die off too. We're going to throw that out there and see if we can't drag some of that stuff in here and get it out of the pond. That's the plan now. So, off we go. Randy, I guess, wants to go first, so we'll see how far he can throw. You better get a better swing than that. You're going to get tangled up in the weeds behind you and everything.
Don't worry.
Now let's see if we can pull it in by manpower. So far, so good. Now I wonder how much fun it is to clean it all off of there to throw it back out. It looks like it's kind of self-cleaning when you drag it through the weeds. That works out pretty good, actually. Yeah, there you go. Now 1 foot to the left.
Well, that went all right. Good left.
Depends on which side of the pond you're on. And cleaning up some of this dead gunk out of here. That's working out pretty good. I'm kind of surprised.
It does have a tendency to land tines up, which is good in one sense.
Well, it still drags the stuff out of there. Yeah, it tangles enough of it up. What I'm thankful for is that we can pull it out by hand. I thought we'd have to hook it to the four-wheeler and pull it out the hard way. I thought that tangled mess of stuff would be so hard to clean out of there, we'd have to use a four-wheeler or maybe even get the tractor involved. So I am pleasantly surprised that it's pulling in rather easy. I just wonder how many hundreds of times we're going to have to throw and pull to get it cleaned out. Yeah, that comes right off when you get it up here too. That's
quite up quite a bit too.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll throw a little harder, get it all the way out in the open.
At least I'm getting it out to the edge of the weeds.
Yeah.
I can't get it out to the middle of the pond.
Well, it looked like it got tangled up on something. Looked like it got hung up on your elbow or something. I don't know. It just abruptly stopped and dropped.
When it gets up to the end, if you don't have enough.
Well, I was watching out there. I wasn't watching you, but it looked like the rope got hung up on something. It just all of a sudden stopped flying and dropped straight down. This would be kind of nice. Now we'll be able to get a fish hook out there. Maybe find out if there's any catfish living in there. There certainly ought to be. What concerns me is how murky the pond looks. I don't know why it's so dirty looking. Because it was clear a couple months ago. There's a good shot. You know, maybe it's just murky because all this stuff's dying. That's making it murky. I don't know, but it seems like the pond gets murky every summer. I'm not sure if there's some kind of fish in there that makes it murky. Hopefully there's no carp in here, but we didn't catch any carp. All we ever caught was bluegill. All we've ever seen is bluegill. And that's what we put in there, so. Doesn't look like it's even all that hard to pull.
No, it's not bad.
I was really expecting
you'll
it
feel a
to.
good snag once in a while.
I was really expecting it to weigh hundreds of pounds once it got all snagged. You know what I mean? I expected it to have tons and tons of weight on it and be hard to pull and hook it up to the four-wheeler and snap the rope. And I had all these scenarios in my mind, and so far none of them's coming true. It's working out greatly. Still going to take an awful lot of throws and pulls, but it's working out really well. That one didn't get much.
No,
Like once you go through an area, it's cleared. Looks worse than it is what that tells me. Well, if you've watched this far in the video, we thank you so much for watching our videos. We know the same, nobody's going to watch this video that watched our last pond cleaning video. So if you're one of those nobodies like us, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Please give us some thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Share it with your friends on social media. Get more people watching. Thanks again. Well, we've been here for about 20 minutes or so, maybe a half an hour. I haven't been watching the clock, but you can see we cleared out a pretty good area right here. A lot of that stuff that's still out there floating is broken loose, and it's just that. It's floating. It's not attached anymore, so you won't snag fishing lines in it. It's a laborious process, I'll give you that. If the rake was maybe a foot or two longer and had tines on both sides, it would be more effective, but then it'd be heavier. So anyway, we got a lot of gunk up here out of the lake. Here's my pile, and there's Randy's pile over there. And then there's several big blobs that you just can't get them blobs up out of the lake to get to the shore, and that's it, because they're a bunch of soft, mushy stuff. But anyway, we've made a difference. I think Randy's going to modify the rake a little bit more. I've got an old rake you can weld to the other side and have prongs on both sides. That'll help. It'll collect twice as much stuff anyway. Maybe get this lake cleaned out, or at least somewhat cleaned out before next year comes. Have a pretty looking lake next year instead of this overgrown swamp.